OJ, excuse me, OJ. OJ said he was waiting for us outside earlier. Did you really have a cop out there? No.
No, I will.
He had a cop outside waiting for us, and he had him in handcuffs. He was waiting outside for us.
He put me in handcuffs as you guys drove up. I mean, he was putting me in the back of the car, but he had to go. He kept getting called.
You hired a cop to do this little...
Hey, come on.
We missed that one. Do you think he's lying? Hi, OJ.
Hello, and how are you?
Very nice to meet you.
This is Miles?
The little puppy there.
This is my puppy.
So you're going to take us through a day in your life?
Yeah. Normally, I start off, you know, in the morning, get my kids up, because it's just the three of us here, and my housekeeper comes a little later. And I get them together and, you know, take them to school. Then I go to a place called, in a little area here called the Brentwood Mart, and I have my coffee and read the tabloids.
To see if you're in it.
So, no, I always know if I'm in it. He's always telling me, there's a guy who owns a little bookstore that I've been going to for 20 years, and we always tease about the tabloids. Unfortunately, my popularity is waning because
you'll have to do something else.
I'm very rarely in the tabloids these days. Once a week, but there's always one story, and I don't get any more covers. And at one point, I think I had the record for most covers in tabloids. I'm teasing. I don't want to be in the tabloids.
You take Prozac?
No, I don't take any of those type of.
Nothing to be ashamed of.
I don't take any mood on. My vitamin E, so I can like be ready when that time comes when some girl says, "Hey, Juice, take me."
You better take that for a few more years.
So I take my vitamin E and my vitamin C. Actually, strangely enough, that line, that crack you just made, is if I wanted to, and this is not anything I'm bragging about, but the availability of women now is more than it's ever been in my life, which I find really strange. And I kind of equated it to that, I sort of understand that bad boy rocker mentality. I understand it, but these are gorgeous girls. I mean, you get the wackos. I mean, some of the pictures I get.
Do you want to walk to the car?
Sure.
Okay, back.
I think I can put him back in the house.
Miles, back in the house. All right. Where's OJ? Where's that man? Look what I've lugged for you. Get over here. Come on. What am I, your slave? I just want to, at the end of the day, could I find out exactly you as the sports agent, what you do? By the end of the day, I want to crack this one, okay? Forget if he did it or not. I want to know what you do. I read about you. I looked at everything you did. The contrast to what you've got now, you know, from people adoring you in the streets, which must have been a fabulous sensation. I mean, you were adored.
It is nothing, basically, when I travel, it is nothing like it is now. See, before I would get people, "Hey, Juice, what's happening?" And everybody, I would say maybe 1 out of every 10 or 11 people recognize me.
Yeah.
And even I was, at one point, like the third most recognized person in America, long before my trial. But still, half the people didn't know who the hell you were, the ladies were. Today, everybody recognized me.
Do you like that?
Never.
Do you like it?
No, it's sort of uncomfortable. But the portion that I do like is, now, unlike before, I got women hugging me. Guys coming up saying, "Man, my family is supporting you." I mean, I never got anything like that. You may want to get a shot of
we're going to do this
the
later.
Rockingham thing where you can see they put the...
Are we going past Rockingham?
The next left turn is Rockingham, but you can't turn because what the city did, because of so much traffic and the tourists going by my house, they blocked off the street and they put some big cement things. Okay, the next left you can make the left, okay?
So you don't see Rockingham and you weep for your
I drive
past?
by it every day. I drive by the street, see they put those barriers up.
And your house was in there?
Yeah, yes, we'll go around.
Are there tourists coming by all the time?
Then it was, I don't know about now.
Right.
I'm sure there's still some. As I tell you, it was, I mean, even the city Chamber of Commerce said it was the must-see. Everybody who came to LA drove by Rockingham.
Do you think that's weird that you get famous as a murderer and
you know
you
what?
suddenly get this popular?
You know what I thought was weird is that I can understand a famous murder took place at Nicole's house. I can kind of understand that. The house that Bugsy Siegel was shot in through the window. I've even driven by that, right? But since nothing happened at my house, it was sort of amazing to me that, just go up, stay to your left. It was amazing to me that my house became such a
Yeah, but they think you're the murderer. You see the connection?
Actually, you're absolutely wrong. Every TV crew who's ever at my house with the crew, with the people outside, all thought I was innocent. This right here is Rockingham starts here.
Oh, wow.
I had to put, see this green outer fence. I had to put, because people would walk up to the fence and look over the wall and be taking pictures, right? So we had this outer fence so they couldn't. I built everything here, virtually every tree you see except that elm right there over the swimming pool. I built them all.
And it doesn't bug you to see this and think I
Oh, it
had
doesn't. I
that?
think I did a real nice job.
You just look at it and you see
I
the
built
trees you
most of that house.
planted?
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, I got two
What's
dogs
with you
buried.
that always sees
I got
the
two
positive
dogs
side?
buried right there. That's people don't know it. I got two dogs buried there. It's illegal to do that.
Wait till they find the bones. You think you're in trouble now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. And the dearest mommy house is 2 blocks
Oh,
up.
Joan Crawford? What'd you think of Joan?
I saw her in a movie called Gorg or something, right? And here this lady was, she must have been 60, right? And she's wearing these little short shorts, and the young guys were in love with her, and the head of the carnival was in love with her. I said, boy, this lady is not living in reality. I mean, her reality is like gone. Are we on Everson? Is it? Asshole! Asshole!
Wasn't he the guy who was the...
He's the head DA of LA. He's the guy that went on TV telling that lie about the abuse and tried to become the governor through my trial.
The abuse? What abuse?
The so-called 8 abuse. He was the guy that was pushing that 8 abusive incidences.
Oh, that Nicole reported you.
Yeah, which was totally wrong.
Right.
You know, which nothing supports, and he would never say it today.
Well, why did he make it up?
I don't know. You know what happened? The police had come to our house in '89, and this guy was a total butthole, this police officer. And instead of doing, all of a sudden he was saying things like, oh, she should leave, just horrible things to me. And I said, man, what's your problem? You know, I thought you were supposed to be trying to diffuse the situation. And he said something. I said, why don't you go down to the station? You know, all your officers been by here. They've been here 8 or 9 times. They all know me. They took that to 8 or 9 times for abuse. They came by they see me out front to talk sports. I give them a Coca-Cola. They want to see the Heisman Trophy. But all of a sudden, like everything in my trial, it became a negative, right?
So have you ever met this guy in the street?
I've seen him, not since the trial. I
Did you
used to
shout
see him
asshole
walk.
when you see him?
If I saw him, I was going to stop, and I wish he's with his wife so I can tell him what we know about him. And I wish I would have seen him with his wife.
What do you know about him?
I don't want to get into that.
Come on, it's English TV.
No.
We don't know who the guy is.
No. This is just what he's a typical guy. But the thing, if I could change any facet of my life, is I would have never been unfaithful to my wives.
But you were unfaithful.
I had some incidences. Yes, I did.
You were the victim of your own hormones.
Yeah.
In '84, didn't the police show up because you smashed the window of your car with a baseball bat? Did you smash the window with a baseball bat?
Yeah.
You were angry?
Yeah.
In what year are we now?
84.
When did you get married to her?
85.
Oh, right. So she wanted to get married, so this is where the
I wouldn't
baseball
set a
bat.
date, yeah. So I'm sitting on a car and I'm bouncing the bat off the hubcap, talking to her, and she says, if you tint that hubcap,
You married
gon-"
this woman that you have arguments with?
Oh,
like
this
that?
was not a big argument. It was
A baseball bat in a windshield is a big
Are you going
argument.
to tell me that over the last 7 years you haven't had an argument with
I've never
whoever
smashed
he
a
is?
window. Ed, have I smashed a windshield with a baseball bat?
You don't have a
We don't have a
bat.
baseball bat in
Okay, you
England.
don't
We
have
have
a
cricket
baseball bat.
bats.
Yeah,
I've never
cricket
done it with a
As I
cricket
said,
bat.
I've never broke a glass. I've never thrown a glass. I've had 2 wives who've thrown glass. I've seen friends that come to the house and so did this and so on. I mean, come on, this is a long-term relationship. I hit the windshield with a bat, sitting on the car, hit it, window cracked.
How does a guy so positive, though, like you, I've never met anything this positive, think of sticking a gun in your mouth?
It was depression. It was not.
But
was not
sudden,
only
it must have
depression.
been sudden. You never had depression before in your life.
Yeah, it was sudden. I mean, first of all, they had me on drugs, which I didn't realize until later, when they put me on those drugs that week, that the first thing the drug does, it makes you more depressed before your body acclimates to it. So I think that was part of it. 2, I was still in shock. And 3, as I told you before, not only was Nicole dead, they're going to arrest me. That was humiliating. It's humiliating to think they're going to come arrest me.
Yeah, I know. Did you go like
You
this?
never make up your mind. You just...
Take the gun and get in the car.
My thing was, I took the gun when I left my house. As the week went on, I got depressed, and I was in so much pain. I don't know if you've ever been in a lot of pain
I have
for
been in
something.
a lot of pain.
You just wanted to end it. You just want to stop it, and I couldn't sleep, and they were giving me sleeping pills, and it was just like, hey.
What were you thinking about?
I don't know. All the way down there, I was actually calm.
This is the scariest thing that could possibly happen as a great guy, this great athlete that just learned how to knock down everything in his path. Suddenly has a hit, a second where they lost control. Our biggest fear in life, the reason I can't get in an airplane, is our loss of control. You know what I'm saying? And you represent it. Maybe there's a blip in your mind where you didn't know what you were doing. Now,
I believe that can happen with almost anyone, but I just think that there is I honestly feel, unless there's some imminent danger to you or your family, if you have any type of faith or religious background, there is a point you won't cross. I honestly feel that. And I honestly feel that anybody is capable of murder.
People with religion have been the biggest killers in the history of the
Probably,
world.
yeah. Most murders
The
are...
Spanish Inquisition wasn't a golf party.
Right, well, most big wars are basically religiously based. But I do believe, I think there's a place that, I like to think anyway, there's a place that people don't cross.
Your dream?
You know, I was in jail for 16 months. Most of my dreams were in a sexual nature. A little sexual overtones. It was horrible too, because they didn't change the sheets for like once a week or something. That was the worst. You know,
Whether you did it or didn't do it, but if one of your kids was murdered, wouldn't you want everything you could get?
I would want the person in jail, that's for sure. Yeah. I would want to make their life.
If you couldn't have that, would you say, I'll take the money?
Well, I may be a little different than some people.
What would you want?
I told you before, to me, there is a way, you know, everybody's capable of committing murder.
Everybody's capable.
If something happened in your family. Goldman, I felt a long time ago that with Goldman, he don't care at this point. If there was a chance tomorrow to catch the real murderers, he don't want to catch them, because then, you know, then all of a sudden his income is cut off. He ain't gonna be making any money. All of a sudden.
You really think he doesn't want to find the real murderer?
At this point, no.
You really believe that?
At this point, I think he is. He is satisfied with the way things are at this point. You see what I'm doing right now?
Yeah.
This is what I do daily.
Yeah.
I spend, as we say, 4 to 5 hours doing this, riding the sun on the trees. What my life is, basically.
Is that bad? I think it's great.
No, I like it. I'm in what they call forced retirement. Now, I must admit, it gets boring at times. At times, I get really bored.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you ever see the movie Groundhog's Day?
Yeah.
It's like from 5 o'clock on, it's like Groundhog's Day to me. From the time I leave the golf course and pick up my kids, because they have homework to do, I have nothing to do.
Where are you aiming
that yellow
for?
flag?
That's where you're aiming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm aiming to go over that hill somewhere. This is a new
club. Are there like helicopters
over
you wherever you go? Is this like a special event?
It was for a while.
Whoa!
See?
Way off. OJ, how many hours a day do you play and you hit it into the trees?
I hope that guy didn't see that ball went over his head.
Is this a technical term in golf that sucked? Whoa!
See that yellow flag?
Yeah? Wow. That's a mean swing.
They call me Juice, the Juice.
Do you want me to tee off now?
Okay, so.
Whoa.
Woo! What?
Was that good?
You know, let me tell you, very few people can swing, make the tee go, and have the ball comes right down where it really was.
That was talent.
That takes a talent to do that. It's like a magic trick. But that was a good swing. The feel of hitting the ball is, it's erotic, almost erotic. I mean, it is like it's a high.
Yeah.
I know, we used to always have guys always say that if you can go to bed with Christie, Brinkley, and Crawford or shoot par golf, what would you be? I've never heard a guy say not shoot par golf. You know, it's a weird thing, isn't it? Yeah.
What is it? When you hit it, do you know that you've got it?
Yeah, you can feel it, and it's like butter. As I said, I'm trying to hit it right to that tree.
Maybe you're better with balls than you are with women.
Well, I can't, you know. Well, see what I mean? How you shook me up with that? I can't say that because...
It never came out of the trees.
Yeah,
It just stayed in the tree.